Are we on or?
I'm about to hit the record right now.
Oh,
Right
hey.
now. Hey man, you said you got
Hey,
some
what's
things
happening,
to.
fam?
You said you got some things to get off your chest. The floor is definitely
I mean,
yours.
it's not even that things are working on my chest. We always do this thing periodically. And,
Hmm.
obviously a lot of things have what I'm saying, changed and went different. You know, there's some things, so I figured, we would talk and talk about, the bigger picture and everything else. You know what I'm saying? But,
Okay. Do you
so
feel as though you got some things you need to walk back, or
walk back. I
yeah?
mean, I did say that. That's it, fam. I still stand on my convictions and the things that I believe in. You know, what I walk back in is, and after this, I'm gonna talk about how it doesn't matter. But you know, um, I walk back on trusting our president to do some of the things that he was running on. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the things that you know I was voting for. You know what I mean? Or some of those things that he lied about. You know what I'm saying? I was never in 100% agreement with everything that he was doing, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? I don't, what I'm saying? Not gonna like that about anybody. You know what I mean? But, things is really different now, fam.
What are the
Things is crazy. And it's actually causing a lot of things to come to the light, you know?
what are the
And at the end of the day, when I say it doesn't matter, is because, a lot of things that are going on, fam, and the things that are coming, or the things that it seems to be coming, I should say, because, nobody knows the future, but, you know, will be coming regardless.
yeah,
You know
but
what I mean? The important things.
what are the things he let you down on as far as when you voted for he didn't execute those
Well,
issues?
let me quote him. Let me quote him. So I don't know the reporter's name, but they asked him, where do you stand on Ukraine, and where do you stand on this, in regards to the borders? I can only paraphrase the questions, but his answer was always, I just want people to stop dying. You know what I'm saying? He was running on no more of these endless wars. He also, and this is going to be the biggest part, but, he talked about, um, I don't want to say not having this total alliance and dedication, but he ran on not capitulating to Israel. You know what I'm saying? And even the Epstein files thing, which I still feel how I feel in regards to him. You know what I'm saying? But you got to answer for hiding shit because that shit isn't important.
I think the Israel thing is something that he inherited. That was already, you know what I mean. That was probably already grandfathered in. You know what I mean?
Probably. Sure it was. I didn't even realize that he was, whenever he had went bankrupt, it was the Rothschilds that bailed him out. So
Yeah.
he owed.
I mean, do you think
He
that
owed.
because Iran is, it's clever, they're starting to address his regime as the Epstein regime. Do
Yeah.
you think that maybe maybe Israel will have something on them like they did Bill Clinton back in the day?
Have something on Trump.
Yeah.
I'm sure they said they have something on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's him fucking kids or anything like that, but I'm sure they have something on him. You know what I'm saying? In regards to that thing, that's just a serious accusation. You know what I'm saying? And everything said about everybody is all just accusations thus far. But I want answers to all of it. I'm just not quick to just say
Yeah,
such and
my
such as this, where
yeah.
I don't know 100% that such and such is this or that. You understand what I'm saying? I'll just be trying to be objective, but
Mm.
I don't put it past him. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I feel he's any more capable or less capable of doing any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that. I mean, look at Clinton, who has a record of just as bad of a record with women and doing crazy shit. He's mentioned in there in all kinds of pictures and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? And fuck Clinton. But you don't hear me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna throw it at him either. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like all these people just need an answer.
Yeah, you're just willing
You
to
know what I'm
give it
saying?
give it
They
time to
just
play out.
everybody needs an answer, and what's done needs to come to the light. But everything's coming to the light right now. I mean, that's one thing that these files done did. You know what I'm saying? By now, it should have proved to us that all this bickering between us in regards to politics and everything else has been meaningless because, you know what I'm saying, every president since JFK has been under the same thumb. There's stories out there of the defense minister from Israel coming out here and screaming at Bill Clinton for pardoning people that they didn't want pardoned. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is way deeper than you know what I'm saying, and we can even realize. Even with all the knowledge we got now, even with everything that's come to the light, it's more than likely even deeper than that. You understand what I'm saying?
I mean,
Some people say the war is a distraction for the Epstein files. I say the Epstein files is the reason why we're able to have this war. You know what I'm saying?
I look at that they've been. I mean, ever since the '70s, ever since the Ayatollah Khomeini, and when he threw out the Shah, which was our guy, we've had a problem with Iran. You know
Listen,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah, but yeah, because yeah, I mean, listen, we funded the revolution, and the revolution didn't go the way it was supposed to go. But the same for the people. The Ayatollah was a horrible person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He was a horrible person. Like they needed a regime change, but that's not our job. Like the people over there need to rise up. You know what I mean? Like this whole shit. Like I said, man, there's some different shit. And the
I
president, he's doing everything that we got a new president. You know what I'm saying? We elected a new president not too long ago, which is fucking Benjamin Netanyahu. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I think we have I really think we have an Israel problem. Everything's because if you go, I mean, yeah, Israel problem because
Yeah, but listen, man. Before we have, and before we go into that, I just want
yeah,
to just make a quick disclaimer, fam,
yeah,
because you know, with the current culture and anti-Semitism and everything, and we'll get into that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the Zionists that exist within this people. Like everything about Israel and these people not being real and what they're doing is real. But the people that are making this thing happen, those are those motherfucking Zionists and wild ass people. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing that I walk back on with Trump because even though I don't buy into a lot of the race shit, it just doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people he's surrounded by are very pro Zionist people. You got Pete Hegseth who has a fucking crusader fucking tattoo on his chest. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like that shit is crazy.
I mean, his son-in-law. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, the super pro, the super Zionist. Like if there was a Zionist superhero, it's him.
I didn't know who was a Zionist and was pro-Israel.
Who?
John Fetterman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never knew
Oh,
that.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I never knew
I
that.
be on people about criticizing him for changing some of his views, but that is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but it's crazy, man. Our president turned Israel first, and in that respect, I believe it's you know what I'm saying the way we got played. You know what I mean? Because look, all this shit that's going on right now, like let's be for real, fam. Like the people that they push in on the TV, and it's all because it's a game. You know what I'm saying? But the people that they push, you know what I'm saying, is the Democrats, is the left. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the media is left orientated, and you know what I'm saying. Everybody's woke, et cetera, et cetera. But my point is, and that is that you know what I'm saying. All this shit that's going on, this war, et cetera, et cetera. This shit would be a horrible stain on the party if that's the party that they, you know what I'm saying, really wants they want to use to calm the people down. You know what I'm saying? The people are more calm when we have a Democrat president. You know what I'm saying? And when it's time for chaos, we have a Republican president. But at the end of the day, they both satisfy the needs of the true people in power. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, I used to always think that our vote counted, that it was just a game that the elites play, like who could win. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't matter because of this war. You know what I'm saying? There was no way that the powers that be is going to let a war happen under a Democrat president right now when they're trying to control and pacify the people. You know what I'm saying? They'll make Trump do it. You know what I'm saying? If war needs to continue, or, you know what I'm saying, if they just need the people to calm and it's too late to just back up out of war, then we'll have a Democrat president next time. But if we need to expand the war, you know what I'm saying, then we'll have a fucking Mike Pence or somebody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's a bigger motherfucking game than I ever thought. I mean, that's another thing that the FC files, you know what I'm saying, really kind of exposes the fact that, you know, we're out here, like I said, at odds with each other over identity or sex or religion. Let's just call it all identity because at the end of the day, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're just at odds with each other over everything, and I don't want to say it never really mattered because we'll get into that part too. But all these movements, white power movements, civil rights movements, the women's liberation movement, then the new women's liberation movement now. You know what I'm saying? All these people, you know what I'm saying, with these file shows is that all these things are funded by the same people. You know what I'm saying? Because they want us distracted from the real things that are going on and that's been going on, like the real demonic shit that's just been happening. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I can't say that it doesn't matter is because since it affects the people, we're forced to fight these fights that we have no business fighting. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
we have no choice. Even though we have no business, we ain't got a choice because we still have to be out here on these streets dealing with racism, with sexism, with homophobia. You know what I'm saying? With everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we're forced to be the pawns in this motherfucking game, and that's what that shit should be showing us right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you. I just don't. I think that as a collective, it's kind of over with because, like, I mean, I was thinking even like back in the day when people was against the Vietnam War. You know, they had Woodstock and things. I mean, you had all these
Yeah.
people. I mean, look at us. Look what's going on right now. Nobody,
Look,
nobody. People were making memes and making. This is content for them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Oh yeah, a lot of people are benefiting off all this shit.
oh yeah, war makes money. It's the biggest money maker, especially if you're financing both sides.
Well, you know what? You know what makes money, man? Hot topics, because everybody's making their money right now when it comes to these things, pushing information on media, social media, etc. You understand what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
As I said, it's all
Like
content.
that's where the money's being made at. So these, you know what I'm saying, people out here, you know, getting paid off of what's going on, and like, the people, the MAGA crowd and the lefty crowd, the majority of them are not in favor of this shit. You know what I'm saying? People, tons of people voted for Trump, but like, you know what I'm saying?
They didn't vote for a war.
Yeah, they feel, we all feel like he betrayed us. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel betrayed. You know what I'm saying? And, in order for us to be powerful, the shit that he was on, the shit that he was talking, I was fucking with. But you know what I'm saying? Things are a little bit different as far as, things are real different as far as what he said he would be doing compared to what's actually happening. You know what I'm saying? But I still stand on the things that I believe in, fam. We're still stronger, by not giving our power to government. I'm still against what the Democrat Party has a lot of things that they have. There's things that they've done that are great things, but a lot of things that they've done and a lot of things that are still doing, I'm still not with it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like that doesn't change,
Oh yeah,
and that's why it's important for us to stop being gang members, man. We got to stop being gang members, dog. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop putting our hearts into a party and start putting our hearts back into ourselves. You know what I'm saying? What protects what we believe in the most is where we need to go, and everything is give and take. So you know what I mean? Everything is give and take. So if you have to settle for certain things in order to get to certain things in your heart, that's just nature.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's nature. And if we took a stand and stopped letting certain people do things to us, you know what I'm saying? Stop giving them the power to do that to us, they'll start changing the way they're doing things.
Hold on.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? But we got to be responsible for us.
yeah, my bad,
Hello?
fam. Yeah, my bad, fam. Hey,
Yeah.
can you speak on a gang mentality because I seen it when I was going through this Kendrick and Drake battle. It got too far. It got beyond music. It got to where it's like both sides. It's like you guys are just super fans. Like, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
it became into some type of a cult. So I'm thinking like some of the MAGA people are just like, if you see it's wrong, it's wrong. Just get off the train, man. It's all right. It's all
Yeah.
right.
A lot of MAGA people are doing that shit though. A lot of those people are getting off. I'm not one. I've never been one of those peoples. I mean, my peoples, and a lot of them still believe in a lot of things that I don't believe in. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to see all these people being objective, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not what the fuck we've been signing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And like I said, fam, I think it's a big game. You know what I mean? I think some of the shit that the left was trying to push was so extreme, so extreme that, listen, our enemy is smarter than us. They've been at this shit for hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? We're just out here learning things as we grow. You know what I mean? These people over here operating off of playbooks that are, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're writing our playbooks now. You know what I'm saying? Their playbooks been around. So, you know what I mean? A lot of things that they were doing, I'm sure that they banked on, you know what I'm saying, pushing people to vote a different way. The same way most people in most studies want wouldn't vote for a woman president. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that that's good or bad. It's just, the objective reality of things. Like me personally, I wouldn't want one, but that doesn't matter. I'm just one person. But, the majority of people have from all walks of life say that they wouldn't. This is men, women, blacks, whites, Democrats, Republicans, gays. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the number. You know what I'm saying? And I think they banked on that shit, fam, because what's going on was coming.
I just think that he horribly mistake this, you know what I mean? Because I look at it how financially it's going to hurt our so-called allies like the those people in the UAE, Dubai and Qatar and Saudi Arabia. I mean, they know who butters America's bread. They know, and again, when I'm hearing rumors where they're catching Mossad agents over there, with bombs trying to blame the Iranians, it's rough.
Look, fam, you know where I think we're at right now? I think we're at a place where how our allies feel about us doesn't make one difference.
No, I think that
Not
we're Israel.
one
I think
difference
we're Is,
whatsoever.
and I think we're Israel
Because,
first. I think we're not America first. We're
huh?
Israel because we're Israel first at this point. I don't think
Exactly.
we're not
And as
America
long as
first.
they keep expanding and they're in the part of the world where they have access to the whole world, you know what I'm saying, as they expand and just control every fucking body except for Russia.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
Like with our allies, listen, they're
mhm.
already sowing the seeds for invasion of Turkey, and
Yes,
Turkey is a NATO country. You see what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
all been a big game, fam. We've all been fooled. We all been fighting each other. All these people have just been sowing this seed for this thing.
I
You know
think
what I'm saying? For this thing that is coming.
I think that this is looks like what they had on paper for years, trying to make a greater Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Um,
They talk about it. I'm
yeah.
sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
no,
Go
go ahead,
ahead.
brother. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that of course, they're vocal about it. Netanyahu talks about that shit all the time. To them, man, a lot of their media doesn't even make it to us. They be blacking out their media. But the speeches he gives to his people, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. He was and I'm not super knowledgeable on these things, but he gave a speech recently where he invoked the name of Amalek.
Yeah,
And Amalek was some people
the
that
Amalek,
the Persians,
the
right?
Amalekites, the Amalekites. Yep, got you.
There were the Persians, the
Mm-hmm.
area of Iraq and Iran, and
Mm-hmm.
they, you know what I'm saying, was you supposedly wiped them out or was on a mission to perform genocide on them.
Yeah, they were
And the
supposed
other
to.
day in
Yeah,
his speech about what they're doing, he said something about Amalek and shit. Like it's crazy.
yeah, because I'm hearing that Trump got orders. I mean, some of the troops have given orders and saying this is biblical.
Yeah, yeah. Been hearing that same. I've been seeing reading that same shit. And yeah, like I said, Pete Hegsdess or whatever his name is. I don't even know what his position is, but he has like a literal crusader tattoo on his chest. The Knights of Jerusalem cross with the other crosses and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And
He also got a flag that could be interpreted as Nazi symbolism. This
homegrown
American flag
home
done with the way the stars are set up.
and homegrown that
But
got
that's arguable.
yeah and
But the
homegrown yeah
Crusader
you could say
tattoo, and then when you put those things in combination with each other, it's like, yo, hold up.
yeah and homegrown that got fired got replaced with a UFC fighter.
Who's that?
What's she go? Not Pam Bondi. Who just got
Oh,
the DHS lady.
yeah. Trump. When it comes to those things, he likes to put people in power, trust them to do what they're gonna do, tell them he wants them to do. But then if things starts going crazy, then he just puts all the blame on them.
Yeah, I
You
think.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you're there to be the fall guy.
Yeah. Listen, if Trump had have stuck to the things he ran on, I think Trump could have been a great president at the end of the
Yeah,
day. But that time is gone.
but
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
It's
if
over.
you're
He's
in,
going.
yeah,
He's
you're in
he could
bed
be
with
one of the
Israel.
worst.
You're in bed
He
with
could be one of
Israel.
the worst.
But if you're in bed with Israel, he can't do what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But he made it seem like you know what I'm saying, he wouldn't get in bed with them. But,
Mm-hmm.
they obviously had something on it. And like I said, like with the Rothschilds bailing him out,
Yeah, he
makes a
lied.
lot of sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. And then he just put that, whatchamacallit, the Peace Council or whatever together. And,
Yeah,
he put his son in law, the fucking genocidal maniac,
that's
Harold Kushner,
that's
in charge
him.
of it.
Yeah, that's him trying to work outside the UN.
Yeah, but that shit is crazy. Yeah, they're gonna control the UN. It's gonna control the UN. That's why I'm telling you, fam. Like nobody knows the future, but you know, what it seems like what's coming is something crazy. It's the things we've been reading about all our lives. You know what I'm saying?
I look at it like something's going to have to change here shortly because I know Dubai, I mean Saudi Arabia, they're trying to sports wash the shelf. They're trying to change their shit. They can't afford to be getting bombed.
No, but Saudi Arabia fucks with Israel. You know what I'm saying? Most of them are not.
Yeah,
Like they
yeah,
got their piece of
yeah,
land
but
over there, and Israel got their land. Like you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I know they're two different sects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
they're not.
I'm just saying, like, if you look at these people that are trying to reinvent themselves and trying to bring tourism, and they're trying to get out oil. You know what I mean? Like Dubai is supposed to be the safest place on the planet. You know what I mean?
No more. That shit
Yeah.
looks like
So
that shit looks like what they talk about in the Bible right now.
yeah.
It's like Armageddon.
So it's like, yo, you're fucking up our shit by, what I'm saying, fighting this war. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You understand? Like, and you're not holding us down. You're holding Israel down, but you ain't holding us down. We were supposed to be,
Listen,
you know what I mean? And if they get out the petrodollar, it's over with.
Saudi Arabia is still gonna make their money, fam, because with war, the prices of oil goes up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's benefiting. Everybody's benefiting. Even even some of the countries that are getting killed in certain ways.
Oh yeah, I
You know what I'm
mean
saying?
the higher
Well,
ups, the higher
yeah,
ups.
but not all of them, obviously. What they're doing in you know what I'm saying, in Gaza is fucked up. What they're doing in southern Lebanon is fucked up. It's been moving in those little pieces of Egypt. You know what I mean? Like Israel's going nuts right now.
And what?
If the Greater Israel Project really worked out, they would have a bigger landmass, a bigger population
Well, you
than
figure
the U.S. did or Russia.
You figure they got the West Bank and Gaza right now. You know what I'm saying? Trump was talking about putting hotels there, and they're trying to get you said they went to Lebanon already, and they're trying to get to Syria and Egypt.
Listen, man, those hotels and businesses that are gonna build, that's that should be the least of anybody's concerns. I mean, we're a capitalist country, and that's always gonna happen. Like, why wouldn't we build? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the least of our concerns. Our concern is the fact that they're just going on a crusade to just destroy people and take over the land. Like, if all this thing was done peacefully, if there was a two-state solution and everybody just had their own little countries, Trump would still be trying to build hotels. People would still be trying to build businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
like,
what I'm
those are the
trying
things
to.
that we really need to be
And
concerned
that's the
with.
thing. That's the thing.
You see what I'm saying?
That's the thing. It should be. What are we talking about? Israel should not be there. The Palestinians been there.
That's my point.
You know what I'm saying? They've
That's
been
the
there.
part we should be concerned with.
They've been there. You guys are invading for it. They're not.
Yeah. And that's what we have to be focused on, fam. All this other shit is meaningless. What's going on right now is crazy.
So we have to take it back to the 1940s then.
What do you mean by that?
That's when the so-called state of Israel was built, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Charles,
And they signed that paper and saying, you know what, we're going to have to take a state of Israel and said, you know what, Palestine's that.
Yo.
Yeah.
No, my bad. I was talking about
Oh, yeah.
But I'm listening to you.
Yeah, you just, just said, you know what, we're going to make this a state. You know what I mean? We're going to make this a state. You know what I mean? You just created it. Just created the state and went to their lands and said, you know what, this is ours. Y'all got to go.
Yep.
Come on, man.
And
they keep on expanding. So I'm saying that, man, this agenda was already down before Netanyahu got in there. Because I'm going back to where Arafat and the PLO and all that. These guys, you know what I mean?
Listen, Arafat and shit, like, people used to feed us this narrative that the motherfuckers just kept trying to blow Israel off the map, which is true. You know what I'm saying? They are at war with each other, but Arafat was one of the only people on that side pushing for a two-state solution. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of his ass. They got people over there now that Netanyahu works with. You know, like that's another thing that these Epstein files revealed. You know what I'm saying? But they had already been revealed before that. But Netanyahu has been in cahoots with a lot of these terrorists. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes it justifiable what they're doing. You're goddamn right. This has been going on for a long time. All of our lives. Listen, we like to base a lot of things on race and shit, right? So a lot of us, when they talk about the Holocaust, right? And then us woke folks, we be like, fuck the Holocaust. Leopold killed 100 million black people. You know what I'm saying? And it gets turned into that when, damn, where the fuck was my point? When the point is, it's not. Oh yeah, that's a point. It's not about these numbers or these peoples or these identities. It's what's behind these holocausts. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason for these things. Like Leopold was just trying to take over lands. Israel was trying to take over the world. You see what I'm saying?
And they're feeling as though it's coming from a biblical standpoint.
It is, man. Listen, I'm not some biblical scholar. I don't know enough about the Bible, so I don't be trying to get my points on that.
No, I'm saying that's what they think. I'm not here to debunk that. I'm saying that's what they think. You know what I mean? I don't. That's not even. I'm saying that's what they.
Oh yeah, I got you. But I will say this: like the little things that I do know, and the little things that they say, the little things that we get warned about, like things is just seeming very, eerily similar. Just like the shit that we read in Behold a Pale Horse or in Holy Blood, Holy Grail, or even in the ISIS papers in regards to race. So if you want to bring it back to a surface level, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, the ISIS papers, I ain't even gonna lie, man. Let's not go. I have to go on this. The ISIS papers. I ain't even gonna lie. When I first read the ISIS papers, once I got to the point, and you gotta understand that book came out a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I got that book from Mondu. We traded some books.
Right. What I gave him. And when I heard when I read that black men are gonna start wearing dresses, I said it's over with. I'm done. I am not listening to you because you know what I'm saying. That will never happen. And look at that shit now. I had to go back and refresh. I don't have the physical copy of the book no more. But now that they have it on ebooks and all that type of shit. But I had to go back like, damn, she was right.
I did a photo shoot in a dress one time, but that had its own purpose. I put a message behind it, but I ain't with all that shit.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
I think you could wear what you want. If a man want to wear a dress, it's our jobs to communicate to people that that's not a normal thing. But you should be able to do. You should be able to do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying like this. It's just the fact that it's the norm now, and
exactly.
That's all.
Exactly.
And I'm reading it back then. I'm like, because her thing was, and I'm younger. Her thing was, you're gonna keep on sagging until you pretty much come up out the pants, and you're gonna be wearing dresses.
Yeah, listen, fam. I've seen people sagging with the pair of boxers sagging off of another pair of boxers. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. When I seen that shit, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's some wild shit, yo. Sagging in layers. That's crazy. But anyway.
Yeah, let's get back to it, though.
But look, man, like, everything is coming out right now, fam. Like, all of us. Me and some of the shit I've been pushing. The lefties, you know what I'm saying? Even neutral people. You know what I'm saying? We've all been taking on a fucking ride, fam.
I think
every last one of us.
I think that at the end of the day, they've rocked us to sleep so much.
Yeah.
And I like, if they say if you had 3 wishes, what one of them wishes would be, they'd be like, man, just tell the government to come out with everything. People won't care at this point. If they came out and said, yeah, we did it, I don't think people would care.
There was only one solution, fam, and we're beyond that now. You know what I'm saying? And that solution is in consumerism. You know what I'm saying? Our consumerism, fueled. You know what I'm saying? Fueled the powers that be. You know what I mean? And now it's too late to, like, the time, like, boycotting, not buying things, not doing this, not doing that.
Yeah, that's over with.
It's all fucking meaningless.
Yeah, that's over with.
Over with. It's all meaningless.
I just, It's
Love it here. I
I
love it here.
just
Yo,
yeah
real quick,
yeah.
I'm just off the track.
Go ahead.
I'm a Knicks fan, but my nephew's over here keeping me updated on for a fucking Heat game, and this nigga Bam Adebayo got 67 points right now. The
Got you.
third, oh, 9 left in the fourth, but 67 points. That's ridiculous. But anyway, we go back.
Yeah, no, we here. I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, to bring it back to the beginning to go full 360, I mean, the only things I look back on, fam, is trusting him to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? And, there's a couple other little things because before it seemed that he was in Israel's pocket, certain people being around him that push certain sort of things wouldn't really make a difference. You know what I'm saying? And it still at some point doesn't really make a difference because there's still no law that can be put into place to hold anybody back based on identity or anything like that. No matter what, regardless of what our identity is, we have the power. We're strong enough to you know what I'm saying, to do anything we want to fucking do. I stick to it. But the danger in it now, as it appears to me, is because we're on this Israel first mission and because it's beneficial for people to be at the odds with each other, they are able to create certain atmospheres, you know what I'm saying, which could be detrimental. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, we can still make it through everything, but we could be faced with a lot more obstacles. You know what I mean? But things like, taking MLK away from the free days on national park days and bullshit like that, like don't nobody give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't even give a fuck about, and don't get my words twisted. But I don't even give a fuck about Black History Month. Like it should be Black History Year. Like it's not up to them to recognize who we are. It's up to us to recognize who the fuck we are. You understand what I'm saying? Like everything that they be trying to push, everything that we be looking for validation into, we gotta dump that shit. That shit's on us.
Yeah. So
You know what I'm saying?
so be clear here. This is what I'm trying to get clear.
Uh-huh.
It's like this. You still stand for what you stand for. It's just
Yeah,
it's just that the messenger didn't. You know what I mean? The messenger had a message. You know what I'm saying? And you liked that message, but they're not executing that message. But you're still with that message. But the messenger, you know what I mean, is not executing the message that you voted for.
For yeah, you know what I'm saying? In a nutshell, fam. In a nutshell, some of the things that people were mad about, I'm neutral about because they're inconsequential things. You know what I'm saying? Which, whatever. Like, I'm a simple man. I voted on certain issues.
Voted for less war. You know what I'm saying?
70 points. Less war, protecting women's spaces, putting the end to abortion culture. You know what I'm saying? To relying on governments, to give us power when we can just get power ourselves. Well, only the power they allow us to have because you see what's going on.
Yeah, and
it's
funny.
I still stand on all these things, fam.
I seen CNN put out a pro-Trump piece, and
they put out a pro-Trump piece.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Yes, but if you made the connection, I made the connection. All that's owned by Paramount right now, and who are buddies, the owner of Paramount and Donald Trump.
And all owned by people who wear little hats.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying? Those people are putting money into everything just to keeping us at odds, fam. They back every movement.
We read that in the Bill Cooper book. Conflict is their biggest moneymaker.
Yeah, I mean, look at the No Kings protests, and everybody was. And I'm over here clowning people for doing that shit because who's funding that shit?
I didn't even know nothing like that was going
on. George Soros, the fucking chick who's one of the Walmart heirs. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these things are powered by big money, fam. These people, like before, they used to sell steel, they used to sell bricks, they used to sell, you know what I'm saying, services. Now they just sell fear, fam. Fear is the biggest moneymaker.
All right, my thing is this, and I was thinking about this the other day, right? If I'm number one, right, I'm not worried about number two, right? So it's like all these oligarchs, all these billionaires, like all these oil-rich countries, and you look at some of their people, and you said, man, like, they show you great Dubai, but if you go in Dubai, if they show you the Compton of Dubai, yeah, it's messed up. People are held hostage. All those people were working on those buildings. They were just stuck there. They took their passports. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got slaves there, fam.
There it is. That's the yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there it is.
And that's another thing that's crazy. Like, people aren't really objective enough. Like, people take these stances, right? But at the same time, like, we have to be careful with the stances we take. I'm anti-genocide, right? So I'm against what they're doing in Palestine. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm pro-Palestine, because women don't have rights in Palestine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, however I might feel about homosexuality, people should be allowed to do what they want to do. Gays get killed in Palestine. I'm about freedom, fam.
I'm
You know what I'm
pro.
saying?
Yeah, but I'm
I'm
pro.
about freedom.
I'm saying my thing is this: how can you worry about the freedoms in another country and don't worry about what's going on in your homeland? You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, you know,
But we're the
so
freest country on
so
earth, and don't
so my
realize it.
my thing is this: who are we to be world police? Let them figure it out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, that was my point about the regime changes and shit. Like
Yeah,
that, you know, the Iranian people need to stand up on their own.
yeah. Who are we? Because we got other. Man, there's certain people saying we need to take our country back. You know what I mean?
Of course they do, but
But I'm
it's
just
too
saying.
late
I'm
for
just
all that.
saying. I'm just saying. Who are we to who are we to do that? So I'm like, our economy is messed up. Or you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? It's costing people $8 for aspirin because of health care issues. Like we
Look,
should be worried about ourselves.
our
That's what I'm
economy
saying.
isn't messed up. Our economy is perfect.
That's cap.
You know why? It is perfect, fam. Because the people who control the, you know what I'm saying? People control the economy.
JVL, you cannot sit here and tell me that our economy is fine.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I'm sitting here and telling you that. And here's why. We don't create the economy, you and I. The people don't create it. You know what I'm saying? It's other people that create it. The people that create it, you know what I'm saying? The people that perpetuate the economy and shit, you know what I'm saying? Always have it in a way that benefits them best. So if they made it with a certain purpose, and
Gotcha.
that purpose is
Gotcha.
working,
Gotcha.
then it's perfect. It's not good for us. It's not. It's
Gotcha.
horrible for me and you.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But the system itself,
The
in the
bottom
end,
when it comes to the
for all
bottom
intents and
line,
purposes, the
yeah,
way it's created,
yeah,
it's fucking perfect,
yeah.
dog. It's
For the
doing the job it's
gotcha,
supposed to do.
gotcha.
You
When
see
it
what I'm
comes,
saying?
yeah, when it comes to the bottom line, yeah, it's working.
Yeah, it didn't work for us. That's the
Yeah,
point.
it's working.
Nothing's new under the sun. Everything is going on is the way they want it to be going on, fam.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't even know. Educate me about no kings. Oh, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Listen, Trump was already a motherfucking not a great person. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel one way or not about him, but he was the perfect guy to pit up as the perfect fucking demon, as the most evil. He's low hanging fruit. You know what I'm saying? He was easy to make to be made into this fucking person.
Yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
there's certain perspectives
But
now.
he's not some good guy.
Yeah, this now like there's certain perspectives now when you look at that whole Epstein thing, and they, I know that's a fact that they used to run that, Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, and all
Yeah.
that type of shit. So now when you say, yeah, you just go up to him and grab him by the pussy. Now
Is that what he said?
huh? Yeah,
Is that what he said? No,
yeah,
it's not.
huh? Yes, he said, go up and grab him by the pussy.
Yeah, but all right, that's only half of what he said.
All right,
He said
see,
when you're rich and famous, women will let you do anything. You can
okay.
even grab them by the pussy.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
all right,
That's
look,
true.
okay, look though. If you're
Yeah.
around Epstein and all this, and you're the rich guy and all that, you're the rich, so you can go up to Miss Teen USA or Miss USA or Miss World and just
Yeah,
grab them
you
by the.
can.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah, you
saying.
can.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
yes,
I,
I'm saying I don't put it past them, but just because you can doesn't make it so. Let me ask you a question. Are you a virgin?
listen, I'm
Let
not.
me ask you. Are you a virgin?
Yeah,
You,
and
you,
sir,
you never fucked. No,
sir,
no, no, no.
sir,
Listen. Have you ever fucked?
sir, you know good and well I'm not a virgin. So
Have you ever, exactly? I know you fucked. I fucked too. Everybody I know is fucked. You know what I'm saying?
but we're
Just
not
because
grabbing women by their vaginas, sir.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like this. Just because we fucked don't mean we've been out here fucking teens. And just because this man
No,
said,
I'm listen. All right,
just
you know
because this
what?
man
This
said
is
when
what
you're
I'm
rich
doing.
and famous,
I,
women will let you do whatever they
my
can.
thing.
It doesn't. Listen, it doesn't mean that he's running around doing that shit to everybody he comes across to.
I
You,
did.
you understand what I'm saying?
Only thing I said, Javier, is just look at that different. I didn't say
Oh
he.
yeah.
I didn't say he was doing it.
Oh,
I
all
was.
right.
It's like, yo, that's an eyebrow raiser because if you run all these
Oh
pageants,
yeah, I
you
agree.
know, if you run all these pageants, and he can go up to these women because they'll probably think that if I show him favor and let him do that, maybe I can win. Kind of like,
Oh, I agree with you 100%
yeah, no,
because
that's
listen,
yeah,
whether you feel that way or not, it doesn't matter. But and well, that conversation was secretly recorded,
yeah.
but he has said other things. And the thing is, if you're the type of man to be very vocal about these kind of things, you don't have any business being around younger women.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like I agree
listen.
there.
Let's take the team Miss USA out of there, and he's having a conversation about Miss America, or you know what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make him some type of child thingy. We're just gonna stick. You know what I mean? Like you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you got to look at things with a
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
with
yeah,
certain
yeah.
lens because of things that you say. I get that.
Yeah, it's just like I mean, like it really, it's like the honey pot with the what Candace is putting down with Erica Kirk. I don't want to
Look,
go there, but it's just
yeah,
like,
that whole shit is crazy, man.
yeah, and she comes from all that, and I seen her up there fawning over Donald Trump on the thing, and it's just like, man, there might be something to this. You know what I mean? But I don't
You
want to
mean
go.
fighting over Donald Trump? She hates Donald Trump.
Who, Erica Kirk?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Candace Owens.
No,
Yeah,
no.
no, fuck Erica Kirk. Listen, and this is the stuff I was trying to talk about. Like the first time we talked a lot about Candace Owens
Mm-hmm.
and how everybody hated her. Isn't it crazy how everybody loves her now? You see what I'm saying? When you don't push that narrative, fam, they try to destroy you. As soon as you quit, like she's not pushing that lefty narrative, but she's pushing. She's a great representation as somebody who believed in Trump, who's now turning her back on him. So now she's good. And that's what I mean. We be out here letting white people choose which black people are good for us and which ones aren't. You see what I'm saying? That's just crazy as fuck. And
Only.
they turn it on and off, on and off.
I still think she's controlled opposition, but
So you think she's controlled by who?
I mean, they both, they fund both sides of the war.
Who?
Them.
Candace Owens?
No, them.
Oh yeah, them. Of course they
Yeah,
do.
they
Yeah,
fund both
that's my whole
sides.
point.
So
They
so
do.
so my thing is only thing I like it is her stance on saying that how Trump is not he's Israel first, and he's how she's connecting these dots to Israel.
Yeah, well, listen, fam, she's been connecting the dots to Israel. And deeper than that, she's been connecting the dots from Israel to a lot of this fucking, ancient Canaanite fucking wicked
Yeah,
ass shit.
yeah.
There's been shows of hers that got taken off the air that are crazy. Like, you had this show, if he drops the jewels, he drops the gems, fam. Like, and the receipts, but she was, talking about, NASA and its origins with, like, the mystery schools and all this demonic shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of these big systems, man, like it appears to be that they have, and it's the shit that we learned about listening to rap music in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
listening to all the 5%ers, like about the 33-degree Masons and all that other shit. You see what I'm saying? Like they've been the ones, like these, and it sounds like tinfoil hat shit, which I'm against, but it's all been being exposed, fam.
Yeah, I real quick while we're here, let's hit a real quick reset button because now that I got you on the phone and the guy that inspired me to get in, to be a rapper. What do you think about the last 2 years of hip hop, man? You know what I mean? Like, what do you feel? What direction you feel hip hop is going, man?
What do you mean? The same
Like,
direction it's been going on. Hip hop is just one big psyop at this point. You know what I'm saying? They've created a fucking hip hop to prison pipeline, which means you're either gonna go to jail or you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? They'll pick out their special people to be big stars for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And just put what's needed in place, man. But hip hop isn't a culture anymore, fam. And I hate to say something like that.
I was saying, I was kind of agreeing with Star from Star and Buck Wild. It's not a culture no more. It's just a genre of music.
It is like it's over. Like you know what I'm saying. Like if you look a lot of these new rappers that come out and get popular and shit. Did you want to hit this? A lot of these guys that be coming out and get popularity don't even be rappers. They be street dudes that get in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay because even when we were rapping, we were people doing things in the street and getting in the studio. But we had a passion for the culture. These people are just doing it because it's the trend, and that's why you have so many rappers. Plus, music is cheap to be made. But where the problem lies is these people believe in the streets and believe in that life, more than they believe in the culture of hip hop. So now you got a game that's just oversaturated with all these people that believe in that, and they're pushing that belief on everybody else. So now we're in this art imitates life, life imitates art cycle. You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm with
Now,
you.
a rapper dies every day. You know what I mean?
It's basically, it's like I look at hip hop these days like presidents, like certain stuff that's going on right now is what Bill Clinton signed off for, or George Bush signed off for. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at some of these kids are 50 Cent kids. You gotta live what you rap. You know what I mean? You gotta live what you rap. You know what I mean? Because they're young. You know what I mean? So their classic, or like our classic might have been, their classic is Get Rich or Die Trying. That's their first look at hip hop.
Do you really think that you have to live what you rap? You don't think you could be honest while still rapping about shit you haven't lived? And maybe we should define what lived means. Like,
I
do
mean,
you think that rappers should be doing the things that they rap about?
I would say like this. I would say
Now, you want to smoke again? Because I rolled the blunt to hit later, but if you want to smoke, you know.
I would say like this.
All right, I'm not ready to smoke now. I'm just saying. All right.
I mean, if you're telling your real life story, you're
Uh,
telling your real life story. But I also know that Arnold Schwarzenegger ain't killing all those people in the movie. So my
yeah, but
thing,
movies,
hold on,
movies is
yeah,
different.
yeah.
Acting is different.
So I know. So my thing is just keep it entertaining. Cause I'm here to
I,
be entertained. I'm not. I mean,
I,
if you choose to tell your life story and I'm entertained by that, fine. But if you choose to make a song about robbing a bank and you're a schoolboy, you know what I mean, that always went to school every day, you know what I mean, and I don't care as long as you make it entertaining.
all right,
I'm here to
yeah,
be
all
entertained.
right.
I'm using music what it's here for escapism for a second.
So
So
you don't think rappers should have to do what they rap about?
no, long as it's entertaining.
Uh,
You know what I
I
mean?
was just I was just curious because a lot of people do feel that way, and it's
No,
like
for me,
people pick and choose.
no, for me, again, I know that Denzel Washington getting shot in the ass in Training Day, but it was entertaining. Long as I'm entertained and it's believed, like you know, I'm with the fucking being hyperbolic and lying and all that, but long as it's
You know what?
entertaining.
I was about to say that those things are like apples and oranges, but you know what? They're not because the acting thing is how I feel about the hip hop thing in honesty. So I was asking you that because then I was gonna ask you like
Like
how respected is Nas? Is Nas not the
you and all
most
right, hold up,
respected?
real quick. You and I know Dr. Dre before you know what I'm saying. But it's like, yeah, I mean, hey, I listened to you with that gangster shit, but Dre, I seen you in sequence and you know what I'm saying, and turn off the lights and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
this gangster shit is entertaining. But sorry, I didn't.
I just think there's a difference. I think you can know about things without exactly having to do them because Nas is the most respected rapper ever. How many, I'm sure Nas never shot anybody. You know what I'm saying? But he's been in that environment and he's talked about shooting people. I'm sure he's never done it. But he's been in that environment and is able to spread a message with that type of knowledge. You
Again,
know what I'm saying?
Nas made the
So that's
song.
that was my point. That was
No,
the point I was gonna make. Oh, but that's what I was gonna say
no,
about acting.
hold on.
Cause so with acting, hold on, I want to make this point
Yeah.
because I'll forget it.
Mm.
With a lot of these actors, it's the same. It's almost the same thing because people like Denzel and even Ed Norton and people like that, when they play these roles, they seek out these people that really live the roles they want to play and really do the knowledge and shit, you know what I'm saying, on it.
Yeah, the
You know what I'm
method
saying?
actors.
So I mean that's different. They're going out and studying it as opposed to living through it. You know what I'm saying? But there is a similarity there. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah, the method actors and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I get around this person, I become this person. You know what I mean? Like I take in, I become this person. Like they
Tupac
said,
might have been the best.
they,
Tupac might have been the best
they
method
said
actor
they
ever.
said Jim Carrey would do that shit. Like
Yeah,
when he played my man, my goodness, the man on the moon, man. But
I know you're talking about.
yeah, he was like he turned into him. You know what I mean? Like I'm him. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But like to the same point to your Nas thing, he made a song saying, "Looking at my project window." He sees it.
Yeah.
You know what
One
I'm
of my favorite
saying?
songs ever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I
sees
don't
it.
think you absolutely have to like. But here's one. Like, there's a difference in that than being some kid from the suburbs talking about people getting shot around you every day. And
Yeah,
that's my point.
yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
but again, there's also been shifts, and you know this. Like Since when did we give a fuck about record sales?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about record sales.
No, I'm just
I'm
saying, and
just
how
saying
the
because
the culture shift. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, we didn't give up, we didn't care because it wasn't that where we come up in. We seen like, oh, KRS-One with the black fist and the medallion and all that. So it wasn't about. It was like our argument would be: is KRS-One really an activist, or is he just talking? You see what I'm
is
trying
he
to say?
support? I mean, listen, KRS, like all things are balanced, fam. KRS has to make his money,
No, no,
but
I'm just saying.
KRS,
I'm just saying. Like, even all right, like all those guys back to when we came up before gangster rap became the, or well, the West Coast hip hop. I don't want to call it gangster rap. Became that. You know what I'm
gangster
saying?
rap may start on the West Coast. But go ahead.
But then, yeah, it started in Philly. But
Exactly.
yeah, started in Philly.
Maybe,
Started in
maybe. But
Philly.
some people try to say the message was the first gangster rap record, but I think it was PSK. But
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, go
I'm going.
ahead.
I'm going with that because if they say Ice Cube, I mean, pardon me, Ice T is the original gangster over there. He's the one clearly says that he got that shit six
From
in the morning.
PSK.
Yeah,
Six
so
in the morning, yeah,
yeah,
from fucking
from
the PSK.
PSK.
So
Yeah, yeah. So we got that. We got that.
classic.
Yeah,
That's
we
yo, 6 in the morning is that shit. I wish I
yeah
could hear that shit out loud outside.
yeah we got that. But like, damn, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, we wasn't worried about like if X Clan, you know what I mean, really had the Black Watch, but we knew they had the like we seen Public Enemy first time, like yo, they're about that and fight the power. Like okay, look at all these people out here. That's what we had to dissect. Now these kids got to dissect if little Ron shot dude at the park the other day. You know what I mean? Like it was never really our business to, you know what I mean? Nigga,
Yo,
we was kind of freaked out when we heard rappers' real names.
yeah, yeah.
People was like,
Yo, look at how much our culture has evolved, fam.
hmm?
I mean, some of the biggest, I don't want to say selling records, but some of the most popular records, right, are by rappers who rap about songs where they've literally killed people from another gang. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes even relate, like those are the, you know what I'm saying, like the most, some of the most popular records. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the quote unquote underground. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how much our shit has evolved, fam. You know, we out there defending what Sexy Red be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like we're on a de-evolution. Like hip hop is used against us. Hip hop fucked our brains up, fam.
I mean, I say mainstream hip hop is just,
Yeah, but that's the important part.
yeah,
Is the mainstream hip hop. It's not important to me and you
yeah,
because you and I have a deeper understanding.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But the mainstream is exactly that. The mainstream, the majority of the people, the main people.
yeah.
You know what
It's
I'm
just
saying?
for me,
So that's the important part.
yeah. It's just pretty much a big commercial.
It is.
It's just a big commercial. You know what I mean? You throw in another song, you're gonna get it's an ad space for liquor and clothes and
It all
cars.
sells something. Everything sells something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And but you know, like I said before, the biggest business is fear. Nothing sells like fear right now. But yo, let me freestyle something real quick.
Go ahead.
Look at hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And when I say things about it being a psyop, like let's look at it. You and I are older, so we understand and we recognize the culture for what it. I'm not gonna say was because as long as people like us live, there's still, a culture, which
Mm-hmm.
is just a subculture of our own culture. But that's a whole nother thing. But anyway,
Gotcha.
so it starts off pure. It's poor people making the most of what they got, um, taking existing fashion brands or even hand-me-down clothes, just turning it into something. You know what I'm saying? Turning records into instruments. Then it goes, getting the crowd hype. And then you got dancers, you got art, you got all these things. You know what I'm saying? And everything is good. You know what I'm saying? Then you have all this neutral music. I'm freestyling like I'm trying to put my thoughts together. You know what I'm saying? But you got all this, you know what I'm saying? This neutral music, all this just good music that just really represents who we are. At this point, it wasn't hip hop culture. It was just our culture being represented through, the arts. You know what I'm saying? But then it becomes this little culture, and it's all great. You know what I'm saying? And then as it starts making money, you start seeing uh, music that can cause like discernment amongst the people. You know what I'm saying? If discernment is the right word. Like Public Enemy, for example. Like we're all out there, and Public Enemy is my favorite group of all time, and we're out there screaming "fuck the man" and everything else. But it's obviously splitting people up at some point. You know what I'm saying? So you got these people who happen to be little hat people putting the money behind it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Or putting their money into things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
And
I
you
was
see,
like we were
hey,
saying
hold
before,
on,
like these plans.
real quick, and
Uh,
you seen what happened when Professor Griff said what he said about that. They got him the
yeah,
fuck up out of there. But continue.
yeah, exactly. People were looking at him like he was crazy. Meanwhile, he was a prophet. You know what I'm saying? But so that's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people have the right message. You know what I'm saying? But the message is only getting out there because it works for them. You know what I'm saying? It works for them more than it works for us. You know what I'm saying? And we can get into that later. But so anyway, this happens. You know what I'm saying? PSK comes out, like, and then we'll just fast forward. Like music isn't really about that. Melly Mel makes the message, talks about the ghetto, and there's something there. So now rapper starts talking about that, and it's making a little bit more money. Then Rakim comes out, with the master of the flow, and is really able to eloquate a lot of things that are going on. And like, damn, there's money in that. And then you start seeing the X Clans and you see all these people. And then you have NWA comes out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when the gangster rap comes out, they put dumb money into rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no proof of any of these things. And then you look at just what hip hop is, how it's evolved. And so now, like, remember things like Two Live Crew was underground, but now that's mainstream. You know what I'm saying? And as those type of things evolve, more and more money is put into those things. And like I think like hip hop has just been used to control us, no matter how pure it is to people like you and I. You know what I'm saying? The reason why we're listening to the shit and into what we're into, you know what I'm saying, is that the people that are pumping money into it has just been using it to control us, fam. You know what I'm saying? People like you and I are knowledgeable enough and know deep enough that we might not think it does it to us, but on what I'm saying, on the mainstream, I mean, that's what it does. You know what I'm saying? It also creates this zoo. You know what I'm saying? It creates this audible visual zoo because at the end of the day, most people don't live like like that, like what comes out of hip hop. So people get to look at it like entertainment, the way you're entertained by the monkeys swinging. I shouldn't use that word in a sense because you know what I'm saying. I don't. You know what I mean? That was just the first thing but just entertained by an animal in the zoo. You know what I'm saying? Doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what hip hop is to a lot of the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? We're just performing. You know what I'm saying? We're just performing. And now it's evolved into what it's evolved in. So now this created this hip hop to jail pop pipeline. And that means you either going to jail or you die. So pick a couple special people so people can have aspirations. You know what I'm saying? So people can, oh, I want to be that. I want to be that. And, a couple of them will make it when they need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everything has just been a big game, fam. Like, we all have to look at everything that we've ever believed in. We really have to look to who really benefits from us feeling and doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it will come down to consumerism. But yeah, the time for consumerism being effective is over. 83. See, I told you, Will scored 100, fam. If Bam could score 83 in today's game, Will scored 100 points, fam. 36 is the free throw. That's crazy. My bad, Smoke.
No, you're not good, good. You know what I'm
No,
saying? I
that was
got
it.
you.
No, that was it.
Cause no, I had some. I was looking up my notes. I had some real quick questions for you.
He said you got notes and everything.
Nothing crazy. You're nothing crazy.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. That we gonna
all
keep.
right.
We keep
But
it in.
here's another thing I want to
Yeah.
say too about because when we talked before off air,
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about how I was wrong, going so hard for Trump at certain points. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
there's more to that. It's like, if you're gonna argue with somebody, like if somebody's gonna be in an argument, they're gonna try to win. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So because of that, I'm forced to be more defensive than I want to be. Like I never wanted a cape for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And there's the times that, I'm literally fucking caping for people because it's this back and forth argument. You know what I'm saying? But the message that I've always wanted to get across to people, fam, is that the power is in us and it's not in them. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man,
Like, fuck
we
them.
you ain't walking into nothing. I told you don't do you like that. I'm just saying,
No,
listen.
no, I have to be
Yeah,
accountable for
yeah.
certain
No,
things.
we.
Listen, let me explain
Mhm.
this. Listen, I don't, some people, a lot of people are turned off by me because of how I see things. They just don't understand things. But for anybody who's gonna listen to this, I'm gonna say this in regards to a lot of things that I've said. I'm not gonna walk back on anything specific, but when you look at things one way, and I'm 50, I'm about to be 51. When you look at things in one way for the majority of your life, right? And then all of a sudden you see things that might start making you move. Uh, it's hard for me to say into a different direction because I still believe in the same things I believed in when I voted for Obama. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to just look at different solution that's different than what's expected of you, you just tend to just really get really extreme with it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
just like when I went from being a Christian to a 5%er. And that's why people will try to make little jokes about what's today's mathematics and all that, because it's an extreme shift. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you don't see me today being on that same shit. I had to go through that extreme stage and then balance out. You know what I'm saying? And along the way, get the jewels from everything I've learned.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Plain land. Let's keep it. Let's keep it moving. Hey, your
All right.
music. You're a music head. This is my
Yeah.
little pick
Well,
one.
kind of.
This
But
is
go ahead.
it's my pick one. Well, this is your era. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
You
Then go
you,
ahead.
you got to pick one.
Uh
Aaliyah in 2000 or Beyonce in
huh.
2003.
I don't even know what song Aaliyah had in 2000, but I'm gonna go with Aaliyah because music was just a lot more pure at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I could, when you say pick one, like as far as like if you want to talk about influential, Beyonce's obviously more influential than Aaliyah, even though people like Aaliyah may have influenced her. But as far as music has evolved and has grown, more people are listening.
Oh,
So
oh,
as far as pure music and good music, I'm gonna go with Aaliyah all day.
okay. Better producer. Jay Dilla, Dr.
Uh,
Dre.
Jake Dilla, because Dr. Dre is he knows what he's doing back there, and he's personally done some hits. But everybody knows, he ripped a lot of people off as well. Wow, Jake Dilla made every last beat you ever heard him make. Every last beat that says Jake Dilla made it, he made it.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
dope.
I think Jay Dilla's a sleeper, man.
Yeah, but listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I only like about 50% of Dilla's production. He was a genius, and the ones that I don't like, they just not for me. But
Right.
what goes behind him is pure genius. So anyway, hey, what's next?
Okay. All right. And this will be the last one. And I don't know what I'm gonna say, and I'm freestyling this.
What's up for you?
R. Kelly, Ignition remix, or 50 Cent in the club.
As far as what
Better song. Pick a song. Just
better
pick one.
song?
Pick
I
song.
mean, I'm, I'm a hip hop dude, so I'm gonna say 50 Cent. But if you want to talk about what the song is supposed to do, I'm sure more people got more pussy off of fucking with Ignition and like when you go to the club, I mean, when you really, especially when you're young, you trying to find something to fuck. So I'm sure more people got, what I'm saying, fuck more off of R. Kelly than 50 Cent.
Uh,
You
uh,
know what I'm
okay, this is the last one.
saying? What's
Baby
up?
Baby Boy by Beyonce or Control by Janet Jackson.
How it was Baby Boy, you stay on mom. That song? Is that how it goes? Is that it?
Yeah,
Because I
that's
don't
it.
listen to a lot.
The joint
That's
with
it.
Sean Paul.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, as far as club bangers go, I mean, like I said, more people are listening to music, so it's Baby Boy, but
What do
Control was
you
something else.
what do
And
you pick?
Control,
My thing
when
is what do you
Control came
pick?
out,
My
well,
thing
I
is
think
what do you pick?
Control. I think
Okay.
Control because when Control came out, Baby Boy didn't change anything. Control changed things. That's really the epitome of her being the female Jackson. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That song right there. Like whatever Michael Jackson was, she's the female. I don't want to say equivalent because she don't got the same abilities and everything else, but that changed things. control.
Get,
I
but
still rapped out a sample of that shit right now.
and I was still in the early video stages, so we got a
Yeah,
chance. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. The video was
Yeah,
groundbreaking.
I'm gonna say like it definitely had more impact. Definitely had
But
more impact.
now that all the smoke is cleared, what do you think about this whole Drake and Kendrick thing now?
The same.
What do you mean?
I just felt as though that he should have never like.
It's over for Drake. Drake is never gonna have the same fame he had.
I
He's
no.
gonna
I
make his
think
money, but
I think Drake will be fine.
yeah, he'll be
I
fine.
think he'll be
He's
fine.
gonna make his money.
It's just that the fact that you know what I mean. I just look at it like it's your turn. You know what I mean? Like
It's over for him for what Drake was. How do you feel about Kendrick?
Kendrick's with them people, so you know what I mean.
Kendrick's still dope, but you know
Oh
what I'm
no,
saying.
he
I
can
think the
rap.
people are.
Yeah, he can rap.
I think the people are overall burnt out on him. You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta understand, you're not going to see him again into another 5 years.
Yeah, and that could be a good thing.
You know what I
But
mean?
he dropped that GNX really quick.
Yeah, that's what he does. But that's out of there. You know what I mean? Like that's you know what I mean? Like why not? That's
What
you
do
know.
you think about the new J. Cole and about J. Cole
I've
in general?
I've listened. And it now, okay, let's heat up the
And I
guy.
don't listen to a lot of new shit.
Let's heat it up. I've recognized J. Cole's pen. I know he can rap. I've never listened to a J. Cole album top to bottom. Never. Never.
I listened to that. I listened to the first one, which I think is a great album. It's a classic, and the one that has Cameron on there. I listened to that whole album. I think that album is probably his best work.
I know he can rap, but he's never really done it for me.
I like him a lot, man. But like people like to put him in there when you start ranking rappers and shit.
Yeah, he just never really done it. Like I know he can rap.
My bad. I was taking a sip of soda.
Yeah, I listen to Drake more than I listen to Cole. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I listen to Drake more than Cole only because Drake has more radio songs. I don't listen to man. When I'm chilling, I don't even listen to a lot of music.
I don't neither, Jay. Like I really don't neither. Like I really don't. Like I probably listen to talk radio.
People got this. I respect Cole. I just don't want to hear Cole talking about he's the best after jumping into some beef, saying sorry, and then dropping out. Like you just, as a rapper, you're just not allowed to. You're not allowed to do something like that and then say I'm the best. I've been the best.
See, the thing is, it didn't hit like that for me because I never knew he was woofing that because I never listened to him. You know what I'm saying?
He has his lines and he considers himself to be something, but you can't.
I didn't know until
to anybody once you do that.
Yeah, I didn't know until.
He's the first one to ever do that.
I didn't know until the battle actually happened. Like I didn't know until like the big three. Who's the big three? Oh, it's them. And then I seen the first shooter shit, and I'm like, okay, I see this, but I never knew that was a conversation. I just thought it was Kendrick and Drake the whole time. You know what I mean? But I didn't even really know like that because I didn't listen to Kendrick's albums like that. You know what I mean? I heard a couple, but it was like I you know, I spun it and that was that. I never went back to none of it. Except see, I'm before that. I go back to Section 80 and Good Kid, Mad City. You know what I mean?
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, a lot of people say that. And I respect it. I think that To Pimp a Butterfly is his best piece of work, man. I love that album. But I
is that the one with
on
This Dick Ain't Free?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. But you know, these are the hang-arounders.
I
You know what I'm saying? These are the hang-arounders. These are people that, and it's funny because they're all on different levels of things, but these are people who still have some type of respect for the culture. Look, Drake is fake. He's a phony. You know what I'm saying? But here's the one thing I will say about Drake. Drake, I don't know how he feels now, but he believed in this culture, fam. Like, he was a big fan of hip-hop. Like, when you see those old videos of him living in his grandmother's basement, like, he, like, really has, like, whether those rhymes are all whack that he would spit, but he literally had, you know, rhyme books and shit. Like, he was really just, you know, wanted to, you know, just appreciated the culture.
Got you.
He got all that money and became phony.
Can I give you some pushback real quick? I ain't gonna say none of that. I'm gonna say just strictly off of this, and you're gonna get what I'm gonna say real quick. As far as Drake, you from Toronto. I don't even know what a woman from Canada looks like, but I know a woman from Toronto looks like. You know what I mean? But hold on. but I know what a 6'4" Impala looks like. You see what I'm trying to say? Show you never put on for your own culture. You was over here trying to steal our shit. You could have been the biggest motherfucker on the planet up there.
Yeah, but listen, we're the biggest country in the world. We like
It
the
don't
world.
matter. Look, some of
It
the
does matter, fam. Like, look, man, if you're trying to be a star, you're trying to be a star here. There's,
no,
you know,
that's
look at Adele, look at you
cap.
know, Alanis Morissette, like all these people that are
You
not from
want to
here,
come to America, but
huh?
no, you're international stars, man. Like you're Tim's.
Yeah, but you become an international star by blowing up big
No, you
here
don't, man.
or blowing up
All them
big,
Afro, all them
blowing up
Afro,
big in Europe.
all them Afro beats dudes, all them dudes are colossal in Europe without having a crossover to America. Look at dude, Central C and all
Wait,
these guys.
yeah, yeah, but that's Europe and shit. But here's my point.
No, okay, real
Why?
quick.
Listen, here's my point. Why are they so big?
See, my here,
Because we know about them.
yeah, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I want to stay where I'm at. The
Yeah,
thing is, the thing is with Drake is, man, you could have sold your culture. It's kind of like, like, man, these trillionaires, you doing all this fuck shit. Don't you know how people would love you if you would just do this? You know what I mean, for your culture. So it's like, dude, if you would have, like, he probably wouldn't have lost that battle.
Listen, I agree with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
I agree with you, but who am I to dictate how another man should live his life or to see where his path goes?
And that and
You know
that's
what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the fine. And that's
listen,
fine.
here's what I'm saying though. How many, how many big rap stars they got in Canada that he knows about?
He probably knows a bunch.
You and I know about the Canadian rappers, but how many?
Dude, I listen.
Excuse me. I've been frank. It's cold, man. This fucking traveling. I've been traveling to different states the last couple of weekends, man. This fucking weather change to be crazy, but my whole thing is like we're the most influential. You know what I mean? Like he grew up listening to us, so that's what you want to emulate. Basketball players that are our age, they grew up watching Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying, and wanting to be that. Now you got people that grew up watching LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what you're trying to emulate. That's just nature. Like, you're right. He could have did all that. You know what I'm saying? He
That's it.
But hindsight is 2020. He did what he did, and I don't fault him for that.
No, I'm just saying this list, like this is not about. I just want to let you know again where I'm coming from about that. That's all. What I mean, like, yeah, he could have did certain things that did. You know what I mean? Like it's like kind of like what Wiz Khalifa could have did for Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. But he took his path. But I think Wiz Khalifa represents very well for Pittsburgh.
I'm talking about where's your Pittsburgh artist?
Yeah, but everybody doesn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
You could do this. Here's what you could do.
Where's your Pittsburgh feature? Where's your Pittsburgh?
I mean, in the beginning, he was fucking with people, but
gotcha.
But again, you don't have to do that.
All right.
Because people have to do this too. People have to go out, right? And he had Taylor Gang and shit. So I mean, it's not like he never showed love to Pittsburgh, but and I'm sure
as a tax write-off.
Even though you don't see any of those people out on Front Street anymore, I'm sure a lot of those people still work for him and work with him. But here's what my
That's
point
true.
though.
Yeah.
Here's my point. Everybody like. You know what I'm saying? People have their own responsibilities, fam.
Right.
Some people have to just go, do what they're gonna do, set an example, and say, hey, you could do this or you could not do anything. Yeah, I'm not here to save you. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. He ain't never shit on Pittsburgh.
And get your ASAP Rocky on, get your Rihanna. There ain't no such thing as the ASAP gang no more. I can dig it. I hear where you're coming from, brother. You know what I'm saying? I hear where you're coming from. I mean, I got it. I mean, you got any last words? You got anything to say? Because I got it. I got a lot of editing to do, but I got it.
I mean, no, I guess I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can keep on going, but I got it.
I mean, no, I don't really know what.
Yeah,
to talk about,
I
thought we were going to talk a lot about race, so I can make some things clear.
Wake it up.
We're too beyond that part. We'll save that for another day.
Okay, we'll go this time. We'll go this time next week.
Yeah, baby. When last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made.